Hello, Reject Nation. It's Greg Alba here.
And it's John here.
Hopefully you guys had a good Memorial Day. We're going to watch the honest trailers for Catwoman.
Oh, boy.
The Halle one.
Woo!
The Halle one.
Oh, well, I'm so excited.
Before we go into this, I wanted to give a shout out to a special company. ScreenJunkies Plus.
ScreenJunkies Plus.
A couple months ago, I filmed an episode of Movie vs. Movie, John Flickinger's show. And it's a really cool segment where basically you keep pulling out movies and it's like you're all debating about which movie you should watch that night. You know, you ever had that situation? Like, what should we watch tonight? And I did that with Roth Cornet, John Flickinger, and the episode's now up. We watched the whole thing. I think it's a really fun episode.
I didn't know you filmed it, so I am not biased when I say it was a very fun episode.
I really had a good time. You have to get a ScreenJunkies Plus account to watch it, but yeah, get an account's worth it. I have ScreenJunkies Plus. It gives you access to movie fights a couple days early. All right, John and I haven't seen this. I don't remember. I remember like jack shit about this film.
It's my favorite film.
We haven't seen it since the opening night it came out all those years ago. So let's get into this.
Oh yeah, man. What year was that? What Scott Mance? Come on, what year?
I don't know. Sorry. 2004.
Oh boy. Whoa.
From Petov comes a solemn reminder that no matter what happens with the new Wonder Woman, the bar for female-led superhero movies is really, really low.
I forgot that.
Catwoman.
Oh.
Before you see the best DC has to offer, revisit the worst in this sloppily directed, insanely edited.
Yes.
Oh man.
Oh. Awful fight.
You know, when you're 14, you don't realize how horrible this all is.
Or at least just
terribly written, ridiculously acted pile of cat barf that came out just 1 year before Batman Begins, but feels more like the spiritual sequel to Batman and Robin.
Chicks like you give women a bad name.
Meet Selena Kyle. Just kidding. This movie has nothing to do with the source material. Meet some random lady named Patience Phillips, a graphic designer with two of film's horniest co-workers.
We have our ways, Man sandwich, 12 o'clock.
She's supposed to be a frumpy nerd, but since Halle Berry is the exact opposite of that, they'll just bury her in plus-size clothes and make her super clumsy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was so crazy when she
Everything will change when a cat French kisses her dead body on a pile of garbage. Patience will become Catwoman, a woman with the literal powers of a cat, like hissing, getting off to catnip, and eating disgusting amounts of tuna. But instead of, I don't know, seeing a doctor about any of this, she'll just Google the phrase, cats, women, and give herself a haircut. Watch a film that takes a step forward in representing a female superhero. Take 8 steps back by having her do battle against Moisturizer. Evil Moisturizer. As cosmetics exec Sharon Stone gets to vent some of her personal frustrations with Hollywood.
I was everything they wanted me to be.
Yup.
And then I turned 40, and they threw me away.
While releasing a product that's a class action lawsuit waiting to happen.
You stop using it, and your face disintegrates.
You know, I'm pretty sure that product gets recalled without Catwoman doing anything. She could literally sit her own movie out and nothing would change.
Good point.
Revisit an era where superheroes hit their low points, full of iconically crappy moments like the playground scene, the emo dance,
I love that.
and the bad credit card.
Never leave the cave without it.
But not to be outdone, Catwoman makes its contribution to garbage culture in the weirdest game of basketball ever filmed.
What?
Why they just stand there dribbling for each other? That's not how basketball
I
works.
don't remember any of this.
Stop shaking your ass at him. Kids are watching. Why? So look out, boys, because this ain't the superhero movie for you. And step back, girls, because it's not for you either. or you Batman fans, or you person with eyes and ears, this is a movie made for no one, about nothing, that never should have existed,
That's not too
whose
bad.
only positive contribution to the world was Halle Berry's Razzie speech.
Thank you for putting me in a piece of god-awful movie.
At least she's a good sport about it. Now just apologize for that Toad line, and we're good.
Do you know what happens to a
So when it gets struck by lightning, the same thing that happens to everything else. That's why.
Starring Puss in Boots, The Brat and the Cat, Basic Instinct,
Basic.
Magatu, and The Lion King. Hello, Shitty.
Get it?
Hey, it's
Yeah.
not like Marvel was doing much better at this point either.
Extra.
Whoa. What on earth?
Remember this name. Taserface. You blow, I'll do the fingering. What happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning? Same thing that happens to everything else. Where the hustlers keep them chickens at. Goodbye, Mr. Bond.
Wow.
There's a good reason I stricken a lot of that from my memory.
Yeah, I don't remember like most of that.
I kind of want to watch it again now just to see how like unbelievably.
The only thing I
Wow.
remember was when Sharon Stone dies. I'm surprised they didn't include it in the trailer. She gets knocked off a building and she's like falling, and you could tell it's a dummy. Even at like 14, I was like, that's clearly fake. That's really not a real person whatsoever.
Can't fool a 14-year-old.
I remember it not being good. I don't know. I was 14 when I saw it, so I didn't register it as like so terrible.
As just what it is.
Yeah.
This video also has the benefit of everything being super dated.
Yeah.
You know, because we don't do these movies like that anymore.
That's the funny thing about it is the part I took away most was, oh yeah, there was a time when comic book movies were not so solid.
Yeah.
When they were starting to like dish them out more often, but it was very hit and miss. I know Spider-Man 3 is that one of the things that you like that a lot of people don't.
I don't love. That's a messy movie. I just like parts of it.
Yeah.
Especially the douchey Spider-Man.
Emo Peter.
Yeah, I love you.
But even the Daredevil sequence with them fighting in the playground, the Fantastic Four, and then seeing this, I was like, wow, holy crap, I totally forgot there was like some really awful comic book movies that just kept coming out around the same time.
There was a glut of mostly questionable comic
Yeah, it's
book
crazy.
fans.
It's crazy how much they've evolved so much, especially after seeing this. DC they have Wonder Woman coming out, which is getting great feedback right now, and we're gonna do a video on its early reactions. You know, they were the first ones to do a solo female superhero with Catwoman, who's
Halle
not a
Berry.
superhero. she's not a hero. And it wasn't even connected to Batman. It was pretty bad. Yeah, I guess that is pretty awful. Yeah.
I guess that's the one thing that having the barrier so thin between fans and studios and all that. I feel like the one beneficial thing about that is we get a lot less of these movies where they're like, hey, let's take a name and just change everything you know about it.
I mean, the Bat franchise was like doomed for a while with, Batman Forever. Some people really like it. I think it's Batman and Robin's terrible, and they did Catwoman, and then a year before Batman Begins, they got this, which was like, yes.
I remember the announcement too. I remember it was like, oh my god, they're making Halle Berry, and then immediately everyone's like, oh no, it's not.
And it's totally made up. It has nothing to even do with Selena Kyle.
Yeah, Constance Phillips, is that her name?
There's some pretty horrible things in there. I remember Benjamin Bratt, because he's the cop who's dating Catwoman, and he doesn't know she's Catwoman, even though she eventually changes her hair. Mm-hmm. And only one woman in the city has hair like her.
Well, it's not like that mask is doing her tons of
It's
disguise
like
favors.
African-American female with a specific haircut.
and you know, Halle Berry, it's like the eye holes are wide, the whole bottom half of her face, it's like her build, her height, like, I think that's you. Like, your costume, that's the other thing, too, is nowadays, like, we redesign costumes to make them at least practical, and that is, like, the least practical superhero costume I've ever seen.
What I also remember was a scene where he's onto her, and he's pretty sure it's her, but then he sees the writing of, like, I think it's her name, like, Paige. It's like she writes it when she's just herself, and then when she turns into Catwoman, she writes it as that. And then the forensic guy or something, it was like, the writing looks similar.
The handwriting.
The handwriting looks similar. And he's like, but there's a slight difference here. So it's definitely
Can't
two
be-
different people.
can't be the
Yeah.
same.
And Benjamin Bratt's like, all right, I'm going to continue.
Nobody would have ever thought to change their handwriting for a different persona. It's just not possible.
It's like not even that big of a difference. It's
Oh,
like,
these-
see, this is a sign of an. I remember it was something stupid like, this is a sign of an insecure woman. This is the sign of a confident woman. Two very different people. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But Benjamin Bratt's in the MCU now.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
not anymore. He got killed off in
That's-
that post-credit scene.
Oh, no. Which one?
Doctor Strange.
That's right.
We just ruined Doctor Strange for you guys. He's the
Oh.
most important character in all of Doctor Strange, and I'm sure you guys were pissed about that.
I'm just going to be honest. I don't remember that post-credit scene at all.
Should we tell Ledger for?
He's angry, right? He comes
Yeah,
back
and he
and
kills Benjamin Bratt.
Oh, is that what happens? All
Yeah.
right, I forgot. I remember it had him.
God, now I have to extra spoil it for everyone. Well, guys, go subscribe to Screen Junkies, man. It's a great, honest trailer. I love it when they do the bad movies. I think it's great when they do like the ones that are known to be bad.
They're always the fun ones.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and especially a movie like this where we have so much context to draw from, and like the scenery has changed so much.
Yeah.
Like going back to a film like this is kind of a treat because it shows you just how far we've come and how many things have changed.
That could have been way longer. This whole honest trailer. They could have had.
I'd have watched 20 minutes.
They could have had a lot more scenes in there. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, you can subscribe to Screen Junkies. Go check out Screen Junkies Plus for my episode with John Flickster's on there. No reactions. It's just a lot of movie talk on there. It's like a 25-minute episode. And also the whole segment and all the other exclusive Screen Junkies Plus episodes are fantastic. I have the app, and I pay monthly for it.
It's a good service.
No, I don't think I pay monthly. I think I pay yearly for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you get that big one.
I get
you don't
that
have
big
to worry
one.
until Christmas time.
Yeah, when I'm out of money.
Yeah.
And then I get this charge.
$600.
and I'm like, crap! Why did I should have canceled. Yeah. You can subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell to be notified every one of our videos is out. Dat John Humphrey on Twitter and Instagram. Go check out our Patreon. Help support the channel by becoming a member of the Patreon community. Got a lot of exclusive perks and rewards on there for you guys.
Come cuddle with us.
Much love to all my brothers and sisters.